Another character, the character I played on Savage Beauty, Bonga.
Bonga.
Bonga, now the story with Bonga and his sister, who's played by Rosemary Zimo, who's amazing, nominated for SAFTA as well. Mantati was on the show, she won the SAFTA, was really lovely. Now the story about these two is that when they grew up, they were abducted because they were living on the streets. The whole family passed away. So they were kids that were just living on the streets. And then comes this rich family that comes and takes them into custody or takes them under their wing. And then they start testing these beauty products on these kids. So they use their skin and use bleaching products. And these are very harmful. So what ends up happening is that, they end up, getting infections and like skin sabonasacha because of the products. So when the warehouse burns down, because there were other kids that they were using to test these products, when the warehouse burned down, these two were able to escape. And they've always had this idea that they're going to go and formulate a strategy to avenge what happened to them, because they ended up losing their sister who died of cancer because of what was happening there. Now, the reason why this particular character for me stood out is because, again, for me, he was layered. I feel like his childhood was taken away from him, and he didn't have a father, he didn't have a mother at the time, he only had his sister. And all his life, and all he wanted to do was just make sure that his sister was okay, protect his sister, because he couldn't protect their oldest sister before, from getting hurt and from dying from cancer. So his entire life was more so based on making sure that his sister is safe. So I felt like there were so many layers to him and so many mental issues that he had to deal with, PTSD. I also didn't feel like he got a chance to become a kid and to actually grow into adulthood. I felt like he was the same person when he was a kid that he ended up being in his adult life. So because there were so many layers and because there's mental health issues that were there that we needed to play with, although very subtly without it being too much on the nose, that for me was a very lovely character to play.
I had Brad Jerry at the SAFTA's speech, incredible speech, by the way, that he gave.